back. We have this problem called minimum absolute difference. I guess this problem we have three parts because we have three solutions, and in my opinion, the three solutions, all of them are quite important. So we will say that we have a minimum absolute difference given an array of distinct integers. Find all pairs of elements with the minimum absolute difference of any two elements. Return a list of pairs in ascending order with respect to pairs. Each pair follows the A and B are from the array. A is less than B. B minus A equals the minimum absolute difference of any two elements. So let's say that we have this array. It's 4, 2, 1, 3. The minimum absolute is, I guess, is 1. So we have 2 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. So let's talk about how we can solve this problem. There is three ways to solve this problem coming to my mind. We will do all of the three, but for each video we'll do only one solution. So the way to solve this problem, let me just take this pen. Okay, let's say that we have four. I don't like this color. Oh, why? I just have this color. Let's say we have 4 and 2, 1 and 3, and this should be the results that we should take. Returns an array. Each array has each array has its array of arrays, and each inner array has two elements. And the two elements, we want to make sure the first is less than the second, and the difference between them is equals to the least difference. So, and this least difference here is the absolute minimum difference is 1. So 2 3 1, 3 and 4 1, and 1 and 2 1. So from the beginning it looks quite hard to do, but but I guess sorry for that, but I guess we could just make it quite easier by put this one in 3 different steps. The first, we want to have them in some sort of sorting way. So let's just sort the array from the beginning. Okay, so it will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and this is the first step. The second step, we try to find the minimum difference. And the way that we can find the minimum difference is that we could loop through, like we could create a variable, let's call min. Okay, and this will equal 0, or like minus maybe you call it infinity or 0. And I will say let this min will equals for example, like math.min math.min the for example, let's call this one infinity. It will be infinity, and this infinity will equals with this min will equals, we'll try to compare each one by its next. So this one and 1, it will be the difference be 1. So what is smaller, 1 or infinity? 1. So we will delete infinity, and we will put 1, and we will continue 1 and 3 and 3 and 4 and so on and so forth until we reach the min. And after that, when we have the min, we will loop through this array again, and we just, but the sorted one, not this one, we loop through this array again. So we have 2 loops, and it will be I will take the each 2 elements that is the difference equals 1, and because it's a sorted array, we will make sure that we have this results at the end. So let's just start in the code, and I will say, let's just, first of all, we will sort the array as we said. So array dot sort, we'll have x, I'll say a and b, no b, and I will say return a minus b. So right now we sort the array, and I will say let result equals empty array, and I will return this result. Okay, and I will, first of all, I wanna get the min, so let min will equals infinity, let's call it min value, infinity, and I will try to get the min first. So I will just make a loop through let I equals 0 and I less than array.length, or the length -1, and I plus plus, and I will say min value will equals math dot min. I will say min value and array of I plus 1 minus array of I, and because of that it's sorted, array plus 1 is all the time bigger than array of I, so we put array of I plus 1 first. By this way we get right now our min value. Okay, so let's just continue, and let's start to get push to the result array. So I'll say for let I equals 0 and I less than array dot length I plus plus. Okay, and I will say if r of I plus 1, okay, minus array of I equals min value result dot push array of I and array of I plus 1. What is the problem with min value here? Min value is not defined. Why? Sorry. Okay, so let's talk about the description again. First of all, we have this, we're sorting, as we said in the first, we're sorting, as we said in the board, we're sorting, and after that we're sorting, we get the min value. By getting the min value, we'll just create a variable called min, and this will be equal to infinity, and we will loop through the array. And because it's a sorted array, because most of the stuff that we can do right now, we can do it because it's a sorted array. For example, if we only compare the array of its next, and we don't have to compare the array to any other array because we just sorted. And after that, because if array of plus 1 plus array of I is less than min dot value, and you update the min dot value, and we try to continue do like that, and there is no need to compare array of I with other things. Like we just compare this one to the next because it's just a sorted array. So we make sure, though, for example, let's just take an example so you can understand this one. Because we are sorting the array, so go back, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we're sorting the array, the difference between 1 and 2, I and I of 1, is of course less than 1 and 3 and 1 of 4. This is the way that the sorting help us, and the sorting help us also because we will get through this format, because also the sorting, we get through this format pretty easy, because if we didn't do the sorting, it will be really hard to manage all of that. The other thing that we can do is that we have let I equal 0, and for the other array, I'm just checking if I and I plus 1, these two values equals min dot value, the min value, because the only two possible things, it's be like equals it or maybe like bigger than this, because if if you are bigger than this, so the next bigger the main value, you could also be smaller, you could also be smaller. No, you can't be smaller because it's a main value. You can't be smaller. So there is only two solutions, that you equals to the main value or you are bigger than the main value. And also because of it's a sort of array, let's say that 1 and 2 is bigger than the main value, of course 1 dot and 3 and 1 dot 4. So we only have to loop through the element and it's next. So that's the way. This is the first approach of solving this problem, and that's it for this video. And see you in future problems. And before you leave, just make sure that if you feel like my content, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will never miss a video, and give me a thumbs up. This will grow the channel and help me to put more content. And thank you for that, and see you in future videos.